Hi, everyone. Okay, so I tried to do this a couple times, but it didn't quite like how it came out. So here I go again. Um, I want to I'm going to do a video here where I just shut this shit down with Manya because I mean she's flat out lying to people now and she doesn't even realize it. I mean she doesn't even realize that this has already been talked about. It's already been covered. Like she herself has already made different claims about this. But whatever, here we are. And I got the receipts. I got the receipts. So let's start here with the subreddit. First of all, let me apologize to all the 15,000 members of the subreddit, the WOACB subreddit. I I know why Manya's posting in there. I get it. Don't agree with it, but I know why she's doing it. And she's doing it to get a rise out of people, a reaction. And I think I was doing really, really good at not doing that. I kind of failed today. So I want to start off by apologizing to the subreddit. I'm going to back myself out of it now. So we're done with that. And I'm just going to put this video out in response to it. Because like there's 15,000 of you guys in there. Like, well, probably most of you don't know who I am. Sure as hell don't know who she is and don't care. And I don't blame you. So hopefully this can end. That being said, she posted a video in there. And I'm going to use parts of this video because I as soon as I saw this, I should have watched this days ago. I really should have because holy shit, this is good. Let me go ahead and share the screen. I'm going to be playing it too from the subreddit. So let me get back here. We don't have to watch the whole thing, but we're going to start from right about here.
Falsely telling GoFundMe that a card was, quote, unauthorized when it authorized by her. GoFundMe has assured me the GoFundMe is fine and is working to investigate her for fraud. Notice the date on this. It coincides with another event,
March 16th.
but we won't dive into that today. It's important, though, for the context for what unfolds next. Steve then goes on to claim that he had a conversation with someone at GoFundMe and wrote the following in a tweet.
I'm curious, are you doubting this conversation? Because, I mean, if you're doubting our conversation, then surely yours is doubtful too, right?
It says they, meaning GoFundMe, based the refund request on her claim her card was compromised and was an unauthorized donation.
Notice he put the word unauthorized in quotes. I just want to point that out.
With a card. I have informed them that in fact she authorized it and I have video evidence sent to them about her discussing the GoFundMe. It goes on to say, she is lying, go figure. Ada, I can see those donations were already refunded due to fraud. Ada, those donations might have been unauthorized and this is why they were refunded. Now, focus on the word might here.
Might, exactly. Focus on the word might have and the date there, March 16, 2022. So let's jump on over here to the conversation with GoFundMe and Steve. Okay. So, sorry, I know I'm eating a candy here. Okay, so this is the email with Steve and GoFundMe, and it's dated March 15th, 2022. March 15th. Okay. Now, and I want to point out the ticket number. So the last 4 digits we'll just focus on. So on top here in the head and the subject conversation, it says 2227. But you go down here, okay, and he's referencing an older ticket for this call, for this chat. And the last 4 digits of the older ticket are 8630. And that ticket's from March 5th. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to skip through the whole bot stuff. And we're going to skip through the whole authorization thing or whatever. Okay. Now, Ada starts off with, is the donor Manya Sharma? Steve says, yes. And another, anonymous for $20. Miss Sharma now has about 4 more refund requests. Now, I want to point out too, right there, anonymous for $20. Okay. That's the amount for the anonymous refund is $20. Okay. Moving on. I just received them tonight. They are without merit and the funds have already been spent on legal fees and are non-refundable. Okay. Ada says, I can see those donations were already refunded due to fraud. Steve hears that and he's like, there was no fraud. I have all the receipts. What fraud? He's thinking that the fraud being referenced is some sort of fraud with his campaign or whatever. So Ada comes back and says, while we can't always prevent people from making unauthorized donations, we can continue to react with speed and close attention. For security reasons, we need to remain general in our explanations around these processes, but our team will continue to monitor donations closely and refund only those we can't verify. So she's talking about donations being made fraudulently, not campaigns. Okay. Steve still doesn't hear this. Steve goes, this GoFundMe was approved, and I have about $9,000 in legal fee receipts. There is no fraud, and I request those refunds be denied. Ada comes back and says, no, your fundraiser is not fraud. Your fundraiser is fine. The donation was, meaning the donation was fraud. The $20 anonymous donation was fraud. Okay. Steve's like, huh? She made those donations of her own volition. She is a ex-personal friend of mine who is no longer a friend and just changed her mind. That is not fraud. That is called buyer's remorse and non-refundable. Do you know the donor? Yes, she's a personal friend. Okay. She and I had a falling out, and she just changed her mind. Anonymous, I don't know. But Manya, I sure do. But those donations might have been unauthorized, and this is why they were refunded. Which ones? Because it says refunds. So does that mean the Manya ones might have been, but the anonymous was? Because, that's one donation, not several. Anyways, she authorized them personally. I have her on video talking about them. She has donated to GoFundMe's in the past. She is committing fraud by lying about it being fraud. Anonymous was also refunded, Ada says. I wish to have that investigated. Oh, give me 1 second to look into this deeper. That almost reads like Ada was just sitting there, like with her fingers ready to go, like, just say the word, man, say the word. It's just my imagination, whatever. Thank you. I want her investigated for fraudulent refund requests. Ada says, I think I found the issue here. The anonymous donation used the same email address. Well, that doesn't surprise me. This is why Mani Sharma was probably refunded too. I will need to contact our payments team to look into this. I want her investigated for fraudulent refund requests, as those donations were made by her. She has donated to other GoFundMe's in the past. Ada says, so just to clarify, the anonymous donation wasn't Mani Sharma, right? Steve says, I don't know who that is, but it could be the same email, obviously. You would have to check that on your end. But Mania absolutely made those donations. Okay, let me contact our payments team. Yada, yada, it goes on. Okay, so that's what Steve is doing. Now, you can sit there and you can dispute, you can argue, you can disagree with what Ada said. I don't care. I don't know who Ada is. I can't vouch for her. I don't give a shit. But you can't deny that Steve was, in fact, told this. And this is what we've been saying. You can't deny that. That's not a lie. He's not lying. I haven't lied. So, yeah. But moving on, because this gets so much better. Remember I pointed out, the anonymous one that was being discussed here was for $20, okay? And he used the same email address as Manya. And this is regarding the lawsuit GoFundMe, okay? So, is that it? Yeah, moving on. Okay. So now that I pointed all that out, let's go back to this video here and let Manya continue digging her hole.
Those donations might have been unauthorized, and this is why they were refunded. Besides the contextual issues here, if we just focus on the word might, clearly indicated that the GoFundMe rep was uncertain and there could have been other possibilities. Misrepresenting this as a confirmed fact and accusing someone of fraud based on it is.
You did not just say that. Oh, I see. I skipped over that part like each time I watch this because it's my third attempt trying to film this. But really? Okay, I got to hear that shit again. Like.
No, focus on the word might here. Those donations might have been unauthorized, and this is why they were refunded. Besides the contextual issues here, if we just focus on the word might, clearly indicated that the GoFundMe rep was uncertain and there could have been other possibilities.
Well, that's because you cherry picked that part of the chat. She was quite certain sounding throughout a couple other parts there of that chat. Like, pretty sure. Sounded very sure, actually. But nah, don't want to be transparent or anything, now do you?
misrepresenting this as a confirmed fact
Misrepresenting.
and accusing someone of fraud.
Who's misrepresenting here? When you're cherry picking the part that's just, you can maybe kind of twist as to be almost favorable for you. Why didn't you just share the whole chat? Hmm? I know why. It's rhetorical.
Based on it is misleading and dishonest. So I had to go back to GoFundMe to get a copy of my complaint. Here's my email request. Hi, can you please forward me the copy of complaint? A screenshot will do. Thank you. Kind regards, Manya, yada yada.
How do you know how to, oh, ticket number. Okay, so the ticket number up top here that she's talking about, my donor claim is, okay, the last four digits are 0296. Now remember that on Steve's chat, the last four were 8630 and 2227, I think it was. Yep, 2227. Okay, so not the same ticket. Now we're not the same, they're not discussing the same thing. Now I realize that each call gets its own ticket or whatever, but yeah, they're not even talking, they're not even like combining them or anything. Everything's just separated. And I want to point out too that Manya made a shitload of donations to Steve under two different names. And she made a shitload of donation requests back, or, or donation refund requests, whatever. A lot of them, a lot. So how do we know that this is one that's in question here? Because we don't know.
Yada yada. To which they responded, Hello Manya, thanks for following up. Unfortunately, we are unable to take screenshots showing our internal tools. However, I can copy paste the content of your complaint for you. Quote,
So for one donation, oh, wait, yeah, for one
concerns
complaint.
about how the money is being used. The funds were not used as stated on the campaign. Requesting a refund because they have not filed the case yet, as it says in paragraph 1, line 5. Then why have they withdrawn the money? If you need anything else, please feel free.
So this was one refund request on one donation. One. This is the reason she gave for at least one of them that we know. Okay. I sure as hell didn't doubt that. I'm sure she did. But that's not what GoFundMe was saying. That's not what GoFundMe knows. But also, that's not what she did. I'll show you.
To follow up on this thread, and our customer care team will be able to further assist. Kind regards, best regards, Val, GoFundMe Trust and Safety Team. Also, on March 20th, 2022,
0296.
Steve presented some kind of receipts on his GoFundMe page, but that was after I obtained my refunds. After I got my refunds. After.
Well, then perhaps you should have just fucking sat there and waited a couple more days. Because I mean, right now you're over on the Reddit, on your fucking YouTube or whatever, demanding to see receipts that for things that haven't even been purchased yet, possibly. I mean, the court date in which these funds were raised for to help litigate isn't even scheduled for way into the end of the year. And you're demanding receipts right now. It seems to me like you're asking for receipts like way prematurely, but maybe that's by design. I don't know. But perhaps you should just wait a few days. But regardless, even if you didn't want to wait, you said that you wanted a refund, you demanded a refund because there were no receipts, then the receipts are provided. So then your request for a refund was wrong, right? Even if it was right at the time, it was wrong overall, right? But you won't say that, though, will you? I don't think you're going to say that. No. But yeah. He gave you what you wanted, and you're still bitching.
Now, let's introduce Erin. She has a gossip channel on YouTube named EKC People Suck. She works with Steve
It's not gossip. All right, maybe it is.
and in the process has appeared with him on several live streams on her, his, and other channels.
Aaron, would you eat an anus burger?
and she also converses with him in messages.
Reach out to you today too. Don't mention any names, please.
It was
But
funny.
you do what I'm talking about with people that have had some kids and have some issues, and you know what I'm talking about.
No.
Did you, okay, you check your messages then,
Okay.
because it was to me, you, and Nikki.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
I have
In
no idea who he's talking
2022,
about.
when Steve accused me of fraud, she supported his unfounded claims and since then has brought new accusations into the mix, escalating the situation.
I have.
Apparently,
Yes, the one, yeah. I watched
accused
that last night.
of fraud and GoFundMe or whatever, and that's not what happened. I accused her of telling the internet a different story than
Yeah.
what she told GoFundMe and why she
Mhm.
wanted a refund when after she donated to Steve's GoFundMe.
Erin's latest spin on 3rd of March 2024 on her Twitter. Yes, I said 2024. This is how long I have been unfairly targeted by Steve and Erin and their transphobic and Nazi trolls.
Oh my God, just transphobic and Nazi trolls. Ain't no one even. You're the only one who's talking about transphobia and Nazism or whatever. No one's fucking talking about it. No one's even thinking it, but you can't fucking jump off of it. So yeah, and you want to talk about how 2024 we're still talking about this? You haven't shut the fuck up about it. In fact, you're Unirock. You have taken Unirock's place in arguing and whining and bitching and trying to dismantle everyone's GoFundMe's. You have enacted yourself the GoFundMe police. You are Unirock. You haven't shut the fuck up about anyone's GoFundMe's. So you want to sit there and say, I can't believe they're still harassing me about this GoFundMe thing or whatever from 2 years ago. Well, then perhaps shut the fuck up about it. Then maybe we will too. I don't like. You can't sit there and say, I can't believe these people are doing the same exact thing that I've been doing all along. In fact, they're doing it in response to me doing it, and it's just wrong. Whatever. Moving on.
Erin tweets, quote, "This is why she, that's me, can't ever be trusted. She donated to a friend under a sock account and no one knew it was her account. Why do that to begin with? Then GoFundMe tells the campaign owner that the donation on the sock account was reported as fraud. The donation, not the campaign. Exact words.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous to suggest that I donated to Steve's GoFundMe campaign with the intention of asking for refunds after our friendship ended. How could I have possibly predicted in 2021 that we would part ways in 2022? The idea assumes that I somehow
Yo,
the
like,
donation.
are you? This is what I'm talking about with your assumptions. Your assumptions are you jumping to all of these crazy assumptions is a fucking hindrance for you. I mean, you can't get an accurate read or handle on a situation or a person when you just jump to a conclusion and you don't drop it when wrong, because you very often are wrong. Where in this tweet of mine did I say that you did this all purposely? It was all premeditated. Where did I say that? I mean, I'll be honest with you. When I was initially under the impression that these donations were made much later than they were, part of me considered that. But then I quickly learned when they were made and I let that go. I didn't even vocalize that. It was just a brief thought in my mind. And I moved on from it. I have no doubt that you made these donations because you really wanted to help Steve. In fact, you wanted to help Steve so much that you didn't want Steve or anyone else to know how much you were helping Steve. And I think that that's why you made the anonymous account. So you could do it on the down low or whatever. And I don't even know why you'd be embarrassed of that. Like, that's not a bad, like, even if I hated Steve, like, they would still look good for you, you know? I think it's, I don't know. Anyways, but where in this message does it say that? This is why she can't ever be trusted. She donated to a friend under a SAC account and no one knew it was her account. That is kind of shady though. Okay. It is. It never would have came out though had you not done all of these or refund requests or whatever. So why do that to begin with? Yeah, it is. I am kind of curious why you wanted to help Steve that much, but okay. I don't need to know though, really. It's cool. Then GoFundMe tells the campaign owner that the donation on the stock account was reported as fraud. Yep, sure did. That's what they said. The donation, not the campaign. Exact words. That's exactly what they said. They said, your campaign is fine. It's not the campaign that's fraud. The donation was. Exact words. Where the fuck is the lie? It's not there.
Not the campaign exact words. It's ridiculous to suggest that I donated to Steve's GoFundMe campaign with the intention of asking for refunds after our friendship ended. How could I have possibly predicted in
That's what you took away
2021
from all of
that we
that.
would part ways
Oh
in
my God.
2022? The idea assumes that I somehow time traveled from 2022 to instruct my 2021 self to make donations specifically so I could refund them later to undermine Steve's campaign. Perhaps I should borrow the crystal ball that they used to concoct this theory. Now,
Oh, but I think you already have it, as we're about to see with this whole other thing you concocted. This is where it gets good. Okay, seriously, like a part of me almost feels bad for this, but it's a fleeting feeling, though. It quickly fades.
oh, remember this screenshot? Well, Steve was not only fully aware of my actions, but also actively worked
Let me make sure that the screen here is big and you guys can see that. Okay, good. Let's go back.
to assist me to make my GoFundMe account anonymous, supporting the idea of donating under an actively worked to assist me to make my Go this theory. Now, remember this screenshot? Well, Steve was not only fully aware of my actions, but also actively worked to assist me to make my GoFundMe account anonymous.
Really? Is that what happened? Huh. Let's break this down here, okay? First of all, let me make this big here so you guys can definitely read this. I don't want anything to obstruct your views here. So let me pull this back up here. So now what it says is up top, Steve says, how do I hide your last name? Maanyaaz says, I don't know. I thought GoFundMe lets you do that. Lets you do that. She then shares a link, something about support GoFundMe. He says, let me give it a shot. Okay, thanks, she said. He says, done. Teamwork. Thank you for finding that. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. So he didn't assist you with anything because you didn't do anything. This wasn't done on your end. It wasn't your account. He hid your name on one donation, on one campaign. Now, it's funny though, because you said that, or no, I'm sorry. The GoFundMe conversation with Steve was about anonymous $20 donation. And the reason that you were showing for why you asked for a donation was because the lawsuit was never filed. So therefore it's the lawsuit GoFundMe, right? And it's for $20. Okay. But this conversation here had nothing to do with that lawsuit or that nothing to do with that campaign. This had to do with hiding your name on the DMCA one. And it was for a different amount than $20 fucking. Let me show you guys here. Okay, first of all, let me show you this screenshot. So here's a screenshot here. See, Mani Sharma, $107, 4 years. F. Kyle and his shitty gamesmanship. See donation details. Make donation anonymous. Donor will be hidden on the fundraiser. Okay, so, all right, so there's the name. Okay, it's going to be made anonymous. Now, let's jump on over to the DMCA GoFundMe. Now this is where it gets good. Right, go away. Okay. So here we are. See, help recover legal costs and false DMCAs. The organizer has currently disabled new donations to this fundraiser. Okay. Now, going over here to the left, we're going to scroll down here. Okay. We're going to see the words of support. Okay. There's 8 of them. Now, here we go. Maanyaaz Sharma. The same thing we just saw in that screenshot. $107. F. Kyle and his shitty gamesmanship. It's $107. Now, that's a weird fucking number, right? But you see her name, so it looks like she was never made anonymous, right? Oh, does it? Is that what it shows, though? Let's go over here. See all to the right here. Okay, so now it's going to pull up all of the donations, all of them, all 67, newest on top, or starting with the newest. So I'm going to just, well, yeah, we'll go ahead and scroll through. So now just look for either Manya's name or $107. We know for a fact that $107 will be appearing, right? Let's see how many times it appears and if it appears. So we're going to scroll down all 67 donations here, okay, till we see 107. Let's see. Wait a second, I'm almost done. All right, so Where is that 107? There it is. Now, are there any more? Let's see. Let's just scroll through the rest of them here. There are no more. That's all the donors. So we're going to go back up here to the 107, okay? Right here. Anonymous. So it looks like her name was made anonymous on the donation portion of this GoFundMe. Now, perhaps this was something that, since it was done after the fact, perhaps Steve needed to go in and do it in both the words of support and the donation side. I don't know. Perhaps it's because it was done as an afterthought that it only covered the donation side. I don't know. But that's what the DM conversation was about. And I want to point out too that this doesn't affect the name on the account. So we're going to go here. All right. How to make your donation anonymous on the fundraiser page before donating. Or no, we're going to start here after donating. On the fundraiser page after donating. Please know you'll only be able to edit your donation within 14 days of the donation being made. If you'd like to remove your name from the public fundraiser after 14 days, please contact our team for help. So Steve can only do this within 2 weeks. Okay. So whatever, locate the donation receipt in your email and you have to go through it. So either way, Manya has to do it. If you don't have the donation receipt, okay, how to make your donation anonymous on the fundraiser page before donating. So visit GoFundMe, hit donate now, but then choose the don't display name publicly in the fundraiser. Now we're going to keep reading here. Okay. Oh, wait, where is it? Okay. When donating, you can make it so your name won't be visible to the public on a fundraiser page. For security reasons, you can't make it entirely anonymous. You cannot make an entirely anonymous donation. And the organizer, team members, beneficiary, and others will be able to see your name and sometimes your email address. You can find more information about how we process it. Okay. So this doesn't affect the account info, the account name. It just affects how it displays on the GoFundMe in question. That's it. So this wasn't Steve assisting her on how to change the name or hide the name on her account or whatever. It's just the fundraiser. So her trying to present these DMs is proof that, not only was Steve a part of this and he knew about it, but he helped her with it. No. So why are you lying, Manya? Why are you trying to offer this up as some sort of proof of something when it's proof you just keep lying? Like, I want to know why you keep fucking lying about this. I really do. I mean, it's getting a little annoying, really. But that being said, let's continue. Notice that it wasn't for $20. I just want to point that out too. Just going to let this breath.
Account anonymous, supporting the idea of donating under an anonymous account. He did not check our conversation in messages or otherwise before he made this horrible claim about me. I, who shouldn't have had to present any proof of innocence as I didn't make any claims, had to go back and check our message conversations to clear this matter. So, Aaron, did Steve lie to you or did you jump to conclusions?
Oh, Steve didn't lie. No. In fact, I just proved that it was you that lied. So perhaps you might want to keep track of your lies a little better so this doesn't happen again.
Why didn't Steve stop you from looking so dumb? Maybe next time, don't trust Steve to send you off with half-cocked information and ask him for receipts. You lazy, incompetent nincompoop. These accusations had escalated so much that Steve and Aaron's vile, vacuous, condescending, transphobic, Nazi-sympathizing, incompetent, dyspeptic nincompoop followers had started harassing me with these false accusations. I had to go to GoFundMe in March of this year in 2024, 2 years since all this started, and informed them about this harassment and requested clarification on this matter. To which they apologized to me for what Steve, Aaron, and their trolls did to me and said the following.
They did?
Hello again, Manya. I truly apologize for the issue here. I can confirm that your donation.
This is what I mean by jumping to assumptions and conclusions. Nobody apologized for what I have done or Steve or anyone else. No one's apologized for us. GoFundMe sure as fuck didn't. GoFundMe said, I truly apologize for the issue here. But you're interpreting that to, hon, like, nah, sis, no, your bias might be shown a little.
Donation was not refunded due to chargeback. Please let me know if there's any.
Really? I can confirm that your donation was not refunded due to chargeback. Okay. All right, so I looked this up earlier. I just remember this. A chargeback, also known as a dispute, is a way for a consumer to get their money back. Wait a minute. This is going to be better if I do it like this. Okay. Is a way for a consumer to get their money back from a transaction, usually a credit card or debit card purchase, by reversing the money transfer from their bank account. The card issuer, such as Visa, MasterCard, etc., then determines if the card holder should receive a refund. Okay. Common reasons for a chargeback include the card holder doesn't recognize the transaction. The card holder didn't authorize the charge, possibly due to fraud. Processing errors such as duplicate processing. The cardholder didn't receive the goods or services they paid for. The retailer or supplier went out of business. Chargebacks are a consumer protection tool, but the process can be complex. If a chargeback is lost, okay. So, what column? Okay. A chargeback is when the card issuer returns funds to the account due to a disputed charge. Charges can be disputed for many reasons, such as a cardholder. Okay. Yep. So, all right. My question is then, the email she just shows GoFundMe saying, I can confirm that your donation, one singular, remember that, was not refunded due to a chargeback. So, then why wasn't? What was the reason then? Because that means it wasn't refunded due to fraud. It wasn't refunded due to the purchaser not getting what they were promised for their money, which that's been her complaint, or her alleged complaint, right? So why the fuck did it happen then? Why was the chargeback? No, it wasn't due to a chargeback. So why was it? I want to know. Moving on.
Anything else I can assist you with? Thank you, Renee, Customer Care GoFundMe. GoFundMe also clarified by saying, hello again, Manya. I can only reply here on this email, but once more, your donation was not refunded due to a chargeback. Additionally, there is no active report on our account.
What does that even mean? Like, what is being constituted as a chargeback in both of your minds? Like, I think that it may be a semantic argument, but I think it stands.
Or your charge. Thank you, Renee, Customer Care GoFundMe. In the end, I will leave you all with this.
Yeah, was it Steve? Was it Steve? Was it Steve? Come on, Susan. Let mommy know. Honey, was it Steve? Was it Steve?
I don't know, man. I'm tired. I need food. I'm so hungry, and this is bullshit.
Yeah, lying does work up an appetite.
I really hope everyone enjoyed what I put forward today.
Oh, I did.
Feel free to use it if you want to cover it on your channels.
Thank you.
Have a good day, everyone. Cheers.
Yeah. Okay, so hopefully now she can move on from this shit. Like, seriously, I don't know what it is that's driving you, Manya, to obsess about this shit and bring everything right back to Steve or whatever, but I hope you find whatever happiness it is you're looking for. I wholeheartedly do. But that being said, in the meantime, stop fucking lying. Stop trying to cherry pick things to misrepresent the facts of the matter and to use them to your advantage, especially when they paint others in a negative light falsely. Possibly think about that. On that note, I'm out of here. Bye.